Sean Payton on the show. We all kind of know Drew Brees is going to probably hang it up sooner rather than later. Payton actually told Yahoo Sports it could happen here in a week or two. He told us this yesterday about Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, we know. We had a year with him. He was fantastic as a leader. Man, he's got tremendous arm talent. He's a young prospect that we like a lot. You know, when you have a player for a season, he's kind of giving you a chance to see what he's about. And there's a little bit of an audition there, but the same audition takes place for us. He's getting a chance to see, hey, this is how they do it here. Does this fit me? Does this head coach, does this position coach, is this a place I feel comfortable playing? And so a lot of times people would say, well, why would you do that for a year? Man, that's invaluable for both sides.
He's speaking the truth right there, Jay, when you talk about the audition for both sides. And he called him a young prospect. So right there, that tells me what Sean's thinking. And look, he didn't play him. And one of the reasons that he didn't play him is because he didn't want others to see him become a better quarterback. And then all of a sudden, that plays into Jameis Winston's decision-making moving forward because he's a free agent. And you know how that goes. Somebody will throw a bag of money at him after 5 games, much like they've done in the past with other players that have played well in the National Football League for a short period of time.
I'm really excited to see if there's been a drastic improvement in the way that he is going to play this year upcoming, right? Because I wonder, okay, well, yeah, I see what Tom Brady is doing with Bruce Arians, and I see what Jameis Winston did with Bruce Arians, but I wonder how much better of a quarterback coach Sean Payton is than Bruce Arians. So I want to see that evolution and where it can go.
Think about a short sample size of quarterbacks like Teddy Bridgewater that was put on display, cashed in with the Carolina Panthers. Think about Matt Flynn, small sample size in Green Bay, went to Seattle for big money till Pete Carroll realized that dude can't play. And then you talk about a guy like Kevin Cobb several years ago, corn on the cob, played great under Andy Reid. Yeah. And the next thing you know, he goes to Arizona. They realize can't play. Yeah. So you don't want to put Jameis in that situation. If you see him every single day and you know, that guy right there, he's going to be special. Shh, don't say anything.
The one thing, Jay, I would say, though, if you heard that comment from Sean Payton, he kind of talked about him like if I would have just closed my eyes and said, he was talking about Jameis Winston coming out of Florida State, right? He was talking about him like he was a college prospect, not a guy that's been in the league since 2015.
Well, that's why he said he's a young prospect. He's young.
Prospect, right? I mean,
well, because he's on the team. He's not playing. He's a young prospect for us. We got to understand him. He has to understand the way we do things. We, in our mind as fans, we see the 30 interceptions and however many fumbles. Right. So the first thing we think of is he can't play. We also remember the negativity that he put himself in, whether it was the issue with the Uber driver, whether it was his issues at Florida State with the crab legs and the young lady. We think of that.
That's all self-inflicted, though, right?
No, it is all self-inflicted, but we think of those things.
Sure.
Sean and them aren't thinking of that right now because he's basically on their team. They only are looking at him spin the football. They're not paying attention to the 30 interceptions. They're paying attention to fixing the 30 interceptions.
Yeah, I would also say, lastly, people mature in life. I think what happens is when those things happened with Winston, it's just like a scarlet letter that's never going away from him.
Yes.
But Winston has actually said, I'm engaged now, I'm settled down, I'm a different person. But for whatever reason, Jay, all we want to do is just continually bring those things up.
Well, because we only remember what you've done lately, right? And that's the last thing that we remember about him. But there's been nothing that's been said from Jameis Winston this entire year. I love that. That means he's going to work. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.